Hello, welcome to our arts class. This week we are looking at drawing and shading. I believe that most of us have done one form of drawing or the other since we have had the opportunity of handling either a pencil or any writing material. I believe that you would have been able to do some scribblings. So today, in drawing and shading, we'll be looking at how you can make a simple drawing and then apply some form of shading on that particular drawing. Now, let's quickly look at what drawing is. A drawing is the art of making a picture or an impression using lines that can be made from several materials. And some of these materials include pencils, charcoal, chalk, pen, crayons, paints, and so on. While shading is the application of light and dark tones that we call shade in a drawing or painting to create a visual illusion of a three-dimensional effect. An illusion is something that you can see, but you cannot touch it. So through your shading, you give that effect that you can actually touch it, even though it is not real. Drawing usually makes use of lines. For you to be able to make any effective drawing, you have to use several types of lines to achieve that. And we have lines that are thin, thick, curved, straight, zigzag, dotted, or broken. You can use one or a combination of several of these lines to achieve your drawing. Also, in shading, we make use of different styles. The one on your screen right now is known as the hatching technique, which uses lines in a particular direction to achieve your tones. We also have lines that go along a particular direction that is diagonal, and it is referred to as cross hatching. The closer the lines, the darker the effect that it will create. The lighter the lines, or the more distant the lines, the lighter the effect that it will create. We also have another type of technique we call the pointillism. With the pointillism, you use the tip of the medium or tool that you are using to draw to create dots on your drawing. The closer the dots, the darker the effect you achieve, or the shade. The more distant the dots, the lighter the effect it gives you, as you can see. We also have another one that we call the rubbing method, the smudging method, or the blurring method. This is the use of the pencil in an angular way, and you try to rub your pencil on your paper along the lines or the areas that you need to shade, and you apply your fingertips to smoothing out the lines that you have made, and these can create a smooth texture for your shades. And we refer to this particular technique as the blurring or rubbing method. You can actually combine several techniques in one drawing. Okay, like we've said, we've seen the materials that we can use for drawing, which include the pencils, pastels, charcoal, ink, pen, cardboard, and so on and so forth. And we have the various types of shading methods or techniques: the blurring, the hatching, the cross-hatching, pointillism techniques. You are free to use one or several of these techniques. All right, sit back as we demonstrate how you can make a simple drawing and apply your shading on that particular drawing. This is a drawing of a flask, and I'm using a black pastel to create this drawing on a piece of white cardboard paper. All right, so you put in your lines gradually, put in all the forms, then you can start rubbing your pastel at an angular direction on your paper. You can see I'm starting from one side, which means that the side that I've started from is dark, and the opposite side would mean that light is coming from the other side. All right. Then I use my fingers and try to smoothen out some of the lines that I have made to give me a smooth finish. I rub it down to create a smooth finish. So this helps to create a rounded effect of the flask. Can you identify the image? Okay. So you can see how this other image has been created using the smudging, rubbing, blurring technique. You can settle down and get a piece of object that you can put on a flat surface, and using a pencil try to create an outline of that object, and using any of the above mentioned techniques of shading, you can attempt to create your own drawing and shading. I believe that this class has been interesting and will not be as challenging as some of you may want to think it looks. It's a very interesting class, so get started. Use an A4 size paper, or you can cut your cardboard into 4 pieces and take one part of it to create your drawing. Please use a 2B pencil for your drawing. At the end of your drawing, you should submit your work at resumption I believe also that you have been able to handle your pencils properly and to introduce several tones on your drawing. Thank you and have a lovely exercise.